Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Predictive Accounting launch. My name is Peter Towers. I'm the Managing Director of ESS BIZTOOLS. And today I'm joined by Trip Graham, the Marketing Director of Plan Guru in the USA. How are you, Trip?
Good. How are you doing, Peter? Excited to be
Very
here.
good, thanks. Great to have you from California. And we look forward to talking to you shortly. And Paul Barnaby, the Managing Director of Beyond Accounting Technologies and the Australasian representative for Plan Guru, is also with us. G'day, Paul. How are you?
Good afternoon, Peter. I am excitingly well, thank you.
Okay, so this is an exciting time because the three of us have put together a joint venture that is built around Plan Guru USA, the creator of the world's best software for preparation of financial projections to be used by Australian accountants. My company, ESS BIZTOOLS, is part of this development because we're supplying information to assist accountants, bookkeepers, business advisors to utilize key data to ensure that the financial picture of an organization is able to be portrayed based on what's in their business plans. And Paul Barnaby, Beyond Accounting Technologies, is fanatical about predictive accounting, and he will show that in the training and mentoring of accountants, bookkeepers, and consultants who are utilizing this service. So that's the overview of what we're here today to look at. So what is predictive accounting? I'm going to invite Paul Barnaby to share his thoughts with us as to this product. So I've shared the screen. I'll stop sharing my screen, Paul, so you should be able to come on.
Thank you, Peter. I'll just get my slideshow going. Okay. So thank you for introducing me, Peter, and I'm delighted that the three of us are jointly presenting today because I think we're all a bit passionate about this term predictive accounting. And the first thing I'm going to say is it's not unique to me or my company, but to me it encompasses everything we do in this area. And that's what I'm going to bring you an understanding of this morning. It includes with the use of tools like Plan Guru, making easy budgeting and forecasting, because what we want you out there to be as a hero with your company or clients as a virtual or real CFO. And that's what this is all about. So what is predictive accounting? Well, as I said, it's a term that encompasses a lot of things, financial analysis, but more particularly, it's predicting future revenue statements and balance sheets, but in particular, linking that with cash flows, and then portraying all of those in internationally accepted reporting formats. So if you like doing in future accounting periods, month by month, quarter by quarter, year by year, what we're used to doing in the past for historic accounting periods. And why are we doing it? Well, it is a bit of fun, but there's other reasons we're doing it that are a bit of fun. We do it so that we can help our clients make faster decisions that affect their strategy, that unlock more profits, improve their cash flow, but most importantly, achieve their goals. Because it's with tools like predictive accounting that we can help them achieve those goals. And how's it done? Well, it sounds complicated, and it literally is. But that's when we use tools to do it. But how do we do it? We look at the key drivers of revenue, of cost, and obviously of capital items in the balance sheet, and we translate these to those predicted financial statements. So a little bit about what makes me passionate about predictive accounting. I'm a chartered accountant, as many of you will know, and for a good number of years I was managing partner of a second-tier firm in Wellington, New Zealand. And before we come on with the Bledisloe Cup jokes, I'm a Aussie, a Kiwi Aussie. I have dual heritage. I get 10 bob each way in the Bledisloe Cup. But I've had now 20 years frontline experience in predictive accounting, because what happened one day in my accounting practice is suddenly I realized I didn't want to be there. Why did I not want to be there? I'd had compliance up to here. I'd had tax way up here somewhere. And I decided that from that day forward, I would work with my clients' future, not their past. And that's when I started developing my skills in what I now only call predictive accounting. And that, of course, includes that strategy planning, the financial analysis, but importantly, budgeting and forecasting. I do have my own consulting practice, and that's all I do now. I am the regional integration consultant for PlanGuru. So I've worked with many hundreds of CFOs, and I like to think that my job is to help you look like a superstar. So you need a budget. What do? You reach for Excel or Google Sheets, right? Wrong. Excel and Google Sheets, great tools. Peter was telling me yesterday, a few people are using Google Sheets and I really enjoy it. I haven't had much experience, but none of them are built for predictive accounting. And what we want is a purpose-built tool for predictive accounting. And that's where PlanGuru comes in. Because if your clients asked you to recommend a tool for the likes of historic accounting, would you say, yes, use Excel instead of Xero, Mile, QuickBooks? Of course you wouldn't. Then why would you use it for predictive accounting when there are tools out there? If you really want to get a bit of a scare, Google a fellow called Ray Panko. He's a professor at the University of Hawaii, and he's done research into published spreadsheets, and he's discovered that 91% of them have got errors in them that the authors don't know about. Repeat, the authors don't know the errors are there. That's scary. If that's not enough, to do a three-way budget in Excel will take you 10 times as long as it will in a purpose-built application. There are a few of them out there, but there's only one that I'm aware of that has the best technical features, capabilities, when you compare it to an affordable cost, and that's PlanGuru. Okay, and here's just a little example. Trip's going to talk a little bit more about PlanGuru. That's what an income statement looks like inside PlanGuru. That's what a balance sheet looks like, obviously month by month, and you can have year on year. That's what a cash flow report, they're all in internationally accepted formats, as I said. And that's an example of a dashboard, which you can also build. Not going into any detail today, but that's my take on what predictive accounting is all about. Back to you for now, Pete.
Okay, thank you. Can you just click back to me, thanks?
I will.
Okay, thank you. And it's now my pleasure to welcome our guest from America, Trip Graham, the Marketing Director of PlanGuru. And Trip's going to talk to us about the future activities that will propel predictive accounting into the mainstream. So, Trip, I look forward to hearing from you now. Thanks.
Sure, absolutely. Is my screen showing here?
No, not yet.
Okay, let me see.
Yes, it is now.
Okay, great. So hi, everybody. My name is Trip Graham. I am an executive marketing director over here at PlanGuru, and I just wanted to give you a kind of a quick high-level synopsis of what we do and kind of where we're headed. We are a budgeting, forecasting, and performance review app. We have both a desktop and future cloud-based app as well. And we service everyone from entrepreneurs, small businesses, mid to large size companies, and the accountants that service them as well. So a little bit about our background. We were originally developed in 1999 by an accountant who created a software to help build those simple projections for other accountants and their clients. And it was great. It was a simple lifestyle business for a long time. and had a very loyal customer base as well, that continued to purchase upgrades, but it never really grew past its infancy, you know, in the US market. So in 2013, myself and my business partner, we created a new management team that helped redevelop Plan Guru and allow it to be easier to use for both advisors and the businesses for use directly, and nonprofits as well. And now we're internationally recognized. We're in over 55 countries. And again, we help pre-revenue startups to, you know, larger companies with hundreds of departments with their operating budgets as well. So what was the problem the reason that we kind of began? Well, Paul touched upon this, you know, over 90% of spreadsheets are error prone, you know. Everybody's always pulling their hair out because they don't know what happened with the model. I mean, look, I have no hair. It is many years since I've lost that from using spreadsheets. But you know, that was the reason we came about, and we have now built like a customizable formulas within our tool, allowing it to be organized and efficient, so that you can kind of do those larger operating budgets, but allow you to kind of build those rolling forecasts and make those decisions based upon evidence and fact that you can see in your models. But I don't want to say spreadsheets are terrible, because obviously they're great and we can work well in tandem with them. We can link to Excel, and we can also, you know, procure advanced reports to Excel as well. So this is just kind of a quick view of Plan Guru. We integrate directly with all QuickBooks products, QuickBooks Desktop, Pro, Premier, Enterprise, as well as QuickBooks Online, Xero as well, and Excel spreadsheets. So you can import your financial statements from Excel, but you can also import all those other key metrics that you may want to track and forecast for that help drive your projections. And what we're focused on the next 6 to 12 months is really building out the API connections that we have with other accounting softwares as well, and also non-financial CRM tools, other data-driven places as well. So you pull all that into Plan Guru. You can do that in a matter of minutes, and you can then build your projections in Plan Guru, and then your output is in the analytics tool that Paul touched upon, as well as you can export and create custom reports in Excel as well. And then on an ongoing basis, you just can right click and refresh all that data on a monthly basis as the year goes along. So you have a choice basically of how you want to present that to, you know, internally or to your clients as well. So we are the tool for three-way forecasting and more, because we consider all those KPIs and other metrics that drive your financial statements, as well as the balance sheet, to show what cash flow really is. And we have a three-way tool that integrates everything together. You'll see when you change one account or one line, you automatically instantaneously see the impact it has in the income statement, balance sheet, and cash as well. And again, that kind of fourth area that we talk about, the non-financial metrics and KPIs, which it's super flexible, so you can really build it around any type of business. You can import up to 5 years of historical data, and then you create projections for up to 10 years with our 20 pre-built tools. So you can also create a budget and then lock it down and build a rolling forecast on top of that, and be able to track all three of those next to each other as well. You can create unlimited scenarios in here. We don't have any cap with that. So as you move along throughout the year, you know, nothing ever happens as exactly planned. You can go in there, create a scenario, create your reports to see what went right, what went wrong, and track all that internally as well. And that's where the custom reporting analytics come in, which we just showed you. So we are excited to be a part of this program. We think that this can benefit accountants and kind of get them into the fun part of predictive accounting versus the compliance and the regular maintenance. This is where you can really dive in with your clients, and your clients can really appreciate what you do and can bring to the table with them as well. So with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Peter.
Thanks very much, Trip. And I'll just go back to here. Okay, so it's my turn now to give you a brief overview. ESS BIZTOOLS is a product that supplies business development tools to accountants, bookkeepers, business advisors all over Australia and a few in New Zealand to assist in the delivery of diversified services. Any of you who have read, and I hope most of you have, the CommBank latest report on accounting market pulse will be aware that the expectation of the accounting profession in Australia is that virtually every firm is going to be offering diversified services in the next 12 to 18 months. In fact, the report said only 5% weren't doing it. So it's in that line that we're keen to promote this package of really using the Plan Guru system to maximize the benefits that you as accountants and advisors can be giving to your clients. The key drivers are going to be looking at a range of matters and so that we can articulate the financial picture. We're going to include some templates for information like determining sales estimates, production targets, the team required, materials required, raw material inventory, sales budget. Now, I've prepared a lot of budgets and cash flow forecasts in my career. Years ago, I did the first budget that a 52-year-old public company had ever done, and it was in the meat industry. It was a huge challenge. I wish we'd had Plan Guru back then, Trip, because that was a nightmare. I don't think we could even get sufficient dissection pads wide enough for what we wanted to do on it. And it took us about 3 weeks, working 15, 16-hour days, 7 days a week to produce a budget. And why did we do it? Because the bank asked for it. And halfway through this exercise, I said to myself, but we're a listed public company. Don't the directors want to see this sort of stuff? I was a younger accountant then. I happened to raise that at the directors' meeting. I got a bit of a stony look, but 3 or 4 of the external directors grabbed me later on and said, we know you're right. We just didn't want to crucify previous people that had had this position. But it's very important that as a profession, accountants are providing these types of services. We're also looking at some of the budget tools, the negative cash flow lockup, which is, I think, very important information for accountants to be making sure their clients realize they pay the stock, and sure, they might get 40 days terms to pay it, but if it then sits in inventory for 80 days and then they pay and it's a credit sale and the customer's taking 75 days to pay, it's an enormous cash outlay for the business. And I think it's a good idea to make sure people realize it. I was talking to someone yesterday afternoon, and he said, are you highlighting the fixed costs and variable costs when we're looking at how they were going to perform in their budgets? I didn't intend to do that, to be honest, because they wanted to know their break-even analysis, and I'm now going to give them that this afternoon. So it just highlights the sort of information that can flow. And I've got a few of the other sort of forms that we're going to provide there. And what are the key performance indicators? They're important in recording what's happened yesterday and last week and last month, but they're also important, I think, in linking them to what's the future saying. And it might show you that you have not quite interpreted the future the right way. If suddenly you find that sales per person are going to double, that's probably not realistic. So calculating the KPIs of all of the budgets and cash flows. And one very important area, I think, is making sure your clients are aware of the covenants that their bank agreements or lender agreements have got embedded in them. And not only the past information, but looking at the future. Are they still going to comply? Or are they going to need to raise some more money? And I think that's one of the challenges facing us in Australia and probably around the world in the aftermath of, or hopefully the aftermath of the COVID-19 problems. So that's what we're doing in the work that ESS BIZTOOLS is going to supply in this joint venture. So I'm now going to invite Paul to make a comment. So I'm putting it back to you, Paul. Thanks.
Thanks very much, Peter. And I don't have any slides accompanying my comments here, but yes, I think we're witnessing this morning quite a unique occasion. It's the coming together of three independent but individually successful companies, and not only Australian but international, to deliver services to the accounting profession. And what we realised when we put this together was each of the three of us had this unique, not only opportunity for accountants, but a unique contribution to make. So we've got the tool, the analytics, the ability to put the predictive accounting into being with PlanGuru. We've got all the background experience, tools, checklists, training that Peter's company, ESS BIZTOOLS, can provide. And we've got that experience that I've had in implementing predictive accounting, in particular with PlanGuru, although I have had exposure to other tools. And you should use other tools, including PlanGuru. For example, there's a very good product out there called Cashflow Story that is very top level, but it should be used. There's another one called Fathom. So I don't mind talking about other products that are out there. The more you can, more tools you can use in your accounting practice, particularly, the better. So that's what it's all about. Peter, just a couple of things on what you added. Those key drivers are, for me, the single most important aspect of predictive accounting. And it's looking at that debtors lockup. It's looking at that investment in stock. It's looking at those unit sales and unit costs. Because if we just prepare a budget in our predictive accounting that's only dollar-based, that's fine. And it might be the best you can do when you first start off. But what happens if your budget's not met? What happens if your actual is totally different in reality to your budget? What went wrong? If you've only used dollars in the budget, you have no idea what went wrong.
Yeah.
Nor can you find out what went wrong. So it's when we get down to saying, well, we had this sales mix of these products at these prices. So if the sales budget's gone wrong, was it a volume thing? Was it a price thing? Was it a mixture of both? This is the whole advantage of predictive accounting. You use those key drivers. So that's why the package, I think, is going to be successful. Coming back to what I first said, it's a partnership of three experts in their individual way. And I think it's going to be, we've used the word exciting several times, but it's going to be exciting to roll it out. So where do we go from here, Peter?
Okay, I think you got a quick back to me.
I haven't got my slides up, so you can go.
Oh, okay, right. Well, I'll. Okay, so the predictive accounting special package that we're launching this week is available to Australian accountants, includes the PlanGuru. I've called it 3-in-1 software package. Paul's Trip, sorry for that, for accounting firms. Now this includes as many installed licenses as the firm requires, and up to 10 clients' data is able to be processed as part of the initial subscription fee. Normally that's only for 3 clients. Is there anything you want to add to that, Trip or Paul?
Just that it's unlimited scenarios for each of those clients on our end.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Paul, you happy? I've described it properly, have I?
Yeah, yeah. No, Trip, that was a good item to add. Yes, within the client area, pretty much unlimited in terms of history, in terms of budget, in terms of rolling forecast. So yes.
So that's a great offer from PlanGuru to the Australian accounting profession. And Trip, on behalf of accountants everywhere, thank you for that. That gives accountants a great opportunity, because traditionally Plan Guru's sold that package with use for 3 clients. You've got the opportunity to use for 10 clients. For those of you who are looking at getting started on this journey, and it is a journey, and Paul and I have been doing it for a long time. So don't get disheartened because you're not having your door knocked down in the first couple of weeks. You've got to get out and market. And you've got to get on top of these products to be able to confidently deliver them to your clients and get their confidence. But once you get that, you'll build up to your 10 clients, I'm very sure. And then you'll have to talk to Paul and Trip about increasing the capacity of the system. And the system can obviously go beyond 10 clients, and they will talk to you about that. But it gives you the opportunity to be really adding value. And as these companies grow, this is performing a chief financial officer service for a significant amount of that service for your clients. The next thing we've got in the package is access to the ESS BIZTOOLS budgets, cash flows, projected balance sheet support program. We left out the word sheet there, but balance sheet support program, which is the key drivers to construct these forecasts, templates and articles that are required in the predictive accounting process, looking at some of those matters we've already referred to. And Paul is providing through Beyond Accounting Technologies 3 interactive sessions to make sure you are able to use this product efficiently from the very beginnings. So in month 1, you'll set up the files with you, import historic data and the budget setting options, including the use of the key drivers that are appropriate for your client's business. And if you have 10 clients on there, you're going to be using different key driver combinations, I am sure. And month 2, finalizing the budgets, looking at variances, rolling forecasts and other reporting and client dashboards. And month 3 is a question and answer and any other client scenarios. And Paul will be offering ongoing support. Is there anything you want to add to that, Paul?
No, I think the only comment I would make, Peter, is that my involvement is I don't do it for you, the accounting firm. I do it with you. I am very proud of the fact that my services are collaborative. So it'll be a joint journey along the way with my services, but it will be client-based. So it'll be real live scenarios that we'll be looking at. And even after month 3, if you've got some new clients that come along in month 4, 5, 6, and so on down the track, I will be available as part of this package for ongoing support. Obviously, if you throw me off in a major project for a client, yes, that will be a bit different. But if it's just telephone, Zoom, or email, as it says there, I'm more than happy. Because I think Peter was right. You've got to launch yourself into these services if you're not doing it now. And having the support of Peter and Trip and myself to do it, it's like 3 friends helping you where you had none before.
Well said.
I just also want to say that although we are US based, we have coverage internationally in the US. So you will deal with one of us. We do not outsource our support. We're here for you. It's free support. There's no added cost to anything like that. So
that's great, Trip. Thanks. Okay, so I'm now going to invite Paul to talk about predictive accounting qualification. So I'm flicking back to you. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks very much, Peter. I'd just like to finish off by saying that participants in this package will be able to qualify to become a CPA, Certified Predictive Accountant. Now, I know the word CPA used by a number of organisations, but it doesn't matter. I think it's just important that you do have that qualification. We will give you a logo that you can use on your own marketing material. Because at the end of that 3-month implementation that I just talked about, there'll be obviously a qualifying examination. We'll get you to submit one of your case studies. But as a result, if you pass, which I'm sure you will do, you will become a certified predictive accountant. And I encourage you to use that term when you're talking to your clients. You can say, we're not just historic accountants. We're not just form fillers for the government. We're predictive accountants. We can help you look to the future and help you manage your business into the future because we are certified predictive accountants. And that's what that's all about. So a little bit of a droll reference to the CPA, but that's what we want you to be, a certified predictive accountant.
Okay, thanks, Paul. And I'll just... Okay, so if you want more information, please visit our websites, www.essbiztools.com.au or beyondaccountingtechnologies.com, or you can telephone me on 1800-232-088, or Paul, I've put Paul's landline there, 0754832384. As we get near to the wrapping up of this session today, I want to just highlight once again the CommBank report. Now, this is one of the most important reports, I think, prepared on the Australian accounting industry. We're indebted to the Commonwealth Bank for producing this report. They also produce one for the legal profession. And this is the 6th year of the accounting report. And if you haven't read it, please go onto your internet and access it. The Accounting Market Pulse report. And you can read the previous 6 on the internet also if you wish, but this is the main one. This is the current one. And the report is really highlighting that the accountancy profession, I think at last, is really starting to embrace business advisory services. I know Paul's been an advocate of that for years. So have people like Andrew Geddes and David Smith and Mark Holton and others around Australia who have been promoting that accountants can do a lot more for your clients than historical accounts and income tax returns. And whilst they're important, there's no doubt about it, looking at the future, helping your clients navigate the future is very, very important. And this tool that we're demonstrating to you today with this joint venture on predictive accounting, is, I think, an ideal way for you to get started in offering a broader range of diversified services. And some of you contact me every week and say, well, clients aren't coming asking us for it. Well, you've got to talk to them. You've got to tell them that you can do it. Subscribe to this package and then start running some seminars to explain to your clients what it means, or run webinars if your clients are scattered, or unfortunately, if you're where there's still lockdowns occurring. I just want to leave you with this. The survey looked at accountancy firms all over Australia, and they were asked to identify the new service line and growth area that they might enter in the next 12 to 18 months. The CommBank team had already identified firms into 2 categories, either leading firms or laggard firms. Their terms, not mine. 81% of the leading firms. So these are firms that, based on their answers, had already indicated they were proactively doing things, indicated they were going to undertake more or start business advisory services in the next 12 to 18 months. That was the highest rating for that answer. And 67% of the so-called laggard firms also indicated that their high priority was business advisory services. What we've talked about today is definitely within the definition of business advisory services. It enables you to be offering great service to your clients. You will get welcomed, and you might even get given a glass of wine to celebrate a successful financial forecast that you prepared for them. How long ago did you last get a glass of wine from a client, or a bottle of wine, in thanks for preparing their tax return? I think it might have been a long time in between drinks, because the marketplace really doesn't put any value on the tax work, unfortunately, but they do on this work that will help them add value to their businesses. Trip, do you want to give us a final message from the USA as to where we're headed, and what might be happening around the world as you see it, 55 countries. That's a great spread to have. What are others doing?
Sure. I mean, we've seen in North America, in the US and Canada, we've seen many firms, especially smaller firms, adopt this quickly and really kind of grow their business with this type of predictive accounting. And again, their clients are way more engaged with them. They're, calling them and taking their phone calls more regularly. And they are, it's growing their business substantially. And now many of them, single entity, single person firms are now able to service, dozens of clients.
Yeah.
And they're able to do, again, the fun aspect of it, and not have to worry about the historical or the tax implications. So I think it's an exciting time. I mean, we're seeing it grow. In the last 3 years, we've seen it grow exponentially here. And those small, nimble firms, especially that can adopt it quickly, are the ones that are succeeding.
Okay. Paul, have you got any final comments to make today?
Yes, I think just picking up on something you said, Peter, and that is clients not attaching value to the compliance work. I know why they don't attach value to it. It's compulsory. If you don't do it, you go to jail. So that's why they've got to do it, and that's why they don't attach value to it. They will attach value to the business advisory service. And I will well remember in my own practice, after I'd been doing business advisory for about 3 months with only a short number of clients, only about 10, I went and did a survey to see what they thought of the new service. And out of 10 out of 10 came back and said, Paul, great, what took you so long? In other words, I should have been doing it a long time before that. And that's the message I want to give to my colleagues in the profession. Just launch yourself off. Just choose a few clients that you can manage and you've got a good relationship with, and you'll be very surprised. And yes, it won't be long between drinks.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Trip, for joining us in your evening from California today. We do appreciate it. We look forward to working with you and your team at Plain Guru. And Paul, thank you very much. We're in a state where there's a major football match being played in the city that I live in tonight. It's called State of Origin. It's rugby league, where Queensland are playing New South Wales. So it's been played because of the virus that's plaguing Victoria at present. It was supposed to be in Melbourne, but it's been played in Townsville. So we got that excitement tonight, Trip. So to everyone that's watching, if you've got any questions, please contact us. Paul and I are here to help you to get started, and we'll have our full information on the launch of this product package on the ESS BIZTOOLS website later this week. Thank you for being with us. Have a great day. Stay safe. Goodbye. And goodbye to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you stopped recording?
I'm trying to.
Oh, it's Trip gone. Never mind.